This video is about getting your messages understood when you have no speech. I will describe the methods I have used and also some of the frustrations I experience. Young children, who do not have speech, do not yet have the reading and writing ability to articulate themselves. I know because I had so much trouble trying to make myself understood. The first communication board I had was called a bliss board with symbols on. When I wanted to say something, I used just keywords. For example, if I wanted to go shopping in the car, I would choose the symbols shopping and then car. The trouble was there were a few things I could have meant, such as I wanted to go shopping in the car, or I want to go shopping to buy a car. My communication partner had to guess what I meant. The communication partner needs to be on the same train of thought as the person who is communicating, otherwise the messages might not get through. What do I mean by that? Say someone wants to talk about a subject which they have not talked about before and they say a few words. The communication partner's mind is automatically thinking about the common subjects they often talk about. So it is going to take time to realize they now want to talk about something else. There is nothing wrong with that. In fact, I have also been guilty of that. We have to train our brains not to be fixed on certain lines of thought. When my language skills got better, I started to be able to communicate with people much easier. I do have to be mindful of the fact that I communicate slower than the average person who has speech. This means I have to monitor the type of conversation and who I am talking to. For example, if I am talking to my family, I know they would not mind stopping the conversation, or even bringing the conversation back to the relevant point to what I was referring. Whereas, if I am in a meeting, I have to gauge how important it is to make my point there and then in the conversation. If it is not important, I will leave it and talk about it with the relevant person at the end. Whenever I talk to someone, I try to communicate my messages as clearly as possible. Also, I do not spell words in shorthand, such as using text message speak, for two reasons. Firstly, not everyone understands text message spellings, and secondly, I do not want to get into the habit of spelling things wrongly as my writing is not the best anyway. I would say most people who do not have speech get frustrated when their messages do not get understood. What they are saying is important to them, and I can certainly identify with that. Throughout my life, I have never got frustrated with people who keep trying to understand me because I know they are doing their best. It has been when people give up trying to understand me or just agree with me even when they do not get what I'm saying. It is like they are not interested in what I'm saying. I have always believed that people who have speech make themselves understood 99 times out of 100, so why should not I? I have always been quite a confident person, so if people try to move on without understanding me, I would make a noise using my voice and make it as clear as possible that I still wanted to say something. People who are less confident might not be as persistent as me, so not be able to get their messages understood, and I can imagine how frustrated they feel. I use a see-through letterboard. My communication partner holds it up between our faces. I look at the relevant letters in turn to spell out words. I like people predicting what I am saying because it speeds up the conversation. Where my letterboard is not very effective is when I am talking about something complicated. For example, when I was studying for my social psychology degree, and I was talking about a particular theory, My assistant found it difficult because they did not know the subject matter. This is where my electric communication aid called Toby is useful, because I can operate it without help. This means I can say exactly what I want and exactly how I want to say it. Toby is also useful when people do not know how my letterboard works. There are probably others like me who have the same challenges, but they might have another form of communication. Although I like people predicting what I'm saying, other people may feel it takes away their independence and may want to spell everything out to the end. So please be mindful of that when you talk to someone new. I hope this video has been useful. I have explained some of the challenges and frustrations people can have. It does take time and patience, but if people just persist, communication will become easier and quicker.